Afternoon, folks. How's everybody doing? I cannot complain. Actually, I could. That's why we're here. Welcome to another edition of me ranting and raving over what the fuck is going on in the world. All the shit that has happened lately. Fruit tea. When did they drop the bomb that turned everyone into a moron? When did they drop the idiocracy bomb? Let's start with Beetlejuice out of Chicago. You know how Beetlejuice got elected? Because she pandered. She pandered to the black community because they needed a strong black female. Not that they needed somebody who was qualified and knew what the fuck they were doing to run the city. Oh no. We needed a woman of color because those are the most important qualifications. Chicago mayor now pleading with Walmart and other companies not to leave the city. You let them loot and burn and riot. So while Walmart is definitely going to get a generous tax break from all the fucking revenue they've lost and all the shit that was stolen out of their stores in multiple cities across the country, why the fuck would they want to open back up there? What's the point? Why would you reinvest? Best part is, you know what she wants? To make reparations to Walmart? You and me. So remember, we talked about the $2 or $3 trillion stimulus package that got shot down because Pelosi wanted to put in the unfunded liabilities of large urban areas because they couldn't pay their pensions. These people don't fucking quit. They attack and they attack and they attack. It's like being fucking hit by a goddamn swarm of bees or a fucking whatever a group of fucking army ants is. They don't stop. The saddest part is we have lived so well for so long in this country that we've completed that cycle where strong men make good times, good men make good times, make weak men make bad times make strong men. We're back over here. We're not bad times make strong men, but we're going to be coming into that. It'd be nice to jump the cycle. It'd be nice not to have bad times to make strong men. But there's too many fucking stupid people out there. Mayor Beeltejuice, right up there. Don't leave. What did you think was going to happen when you allowed these people to run around like fucking wilding rabid animals? To be perfectly honest and fair, every one of these governors and mayors who allowed their cities to burn, who said don't bring in the National Guard, who said these were peaceful protesters and not rioters, who were denying the fact that Antifa was in there starting this shit, infiltrating the peaceful protests to get the weak-minded fucking sheeple riled up so that they would stampede. Every one of those mayors and governors should be forfeiting all of their holdings. Every last cent. These people should be broken down to flat and made to pay damages to the cities that they allowed this shit to happen to. Because let's face it, your job as mayor or governor, or congressman, or senator, or president, you know what it is? To look out for us, our fucking employees. We'll give Trump that much fucking credit because at least he puts the face of it that he's there working for you. Brought the economy back, he raised the stock market up, although if you're in the stock market it's a Ponzi scheme and you're a schmuck. Is Trump like a setup as the anti-Obama? I don't know. Honestly, I do not know. That's one of those things that history will shake out afterwards. But Said it before and I'll say it again. There's shit I really do not like from him, and then there's shit that I think he's doing a good job on. So he gets a better grade than just about everybody back to Reagan 1. Reagan 1 I liked. Reagan's second term is a fucking nightmare. Just saying. Not making national headlines. Patriot Guard riders turn out at retired police captain David Dorn's wake today in St. Louis. Good. I realized that the left views the Patriot Guard riders, which are a bunch of fucking Americans, as white supremacist, nationalists, anti-communist, whatever, that they don't like this week. Good. That guy didn't deserve to fucking die. Although, why was he being a security guard in the 70s? Probably to give him something to do so his wife wouldn't kill him at home. Damned if you do, damned if you don't, right? AG Barr blasts rogue Judge Sullivan targeting Flynn with shadow prosecutor. That's right, he is. They will not allow that to come out, because if anything ever came out from Michael Flynn, it would go right up the tree to fucking Obama. It already did. You saw the Strzok and Page fucking text transcripts. He wants to know everything we're doing. What more do you fucking need? And Kenyon in Chief was involved every step of the way. Everything they did to Trump, including the Russian collusion hoax, including stocking the deep state appointees to make it even harder for fucking El Trumpo to get anything fucking done. Obama did not want to lose his legacy. A couple of months back, I started posting the 16-year plan meme. And you'll see it all over today. For years, I've been putting Yuri up. And you see Yuri all over today. Folks, I'm trying. I just want you to take a step back from your firmly entrenched beliefs and say, what if? Maybe? How could? If you can start to extrapolate, to formulate, then you're giving yourself a better chance of seeing what's really going on. Fuck, I need some beard wax or something. Yeah. When you're just pretty, it don't matter, folks. It just don't. White House Correspondents Association, you know that dinner that Trump doesn't let them hold anymore? Gives annual award to hack reporter Yamiche El Senor after she calls Trump supporters white nationalists. Remember, you can't be racist against white people, though. You know, white people built a society in which you can use fake terms like racist and hate crime. So, you know, you're allowed to bash them. You actually are. White people are fucking idiots. The majority of them are. Minnesota representative tweeted support for rioters who commandeered a Minneapolis hotel. What's even better is not only did they commandeer a hotel in Minneapolis, this would be Antifa or BLM, I forget which one. Hold on a little bit. But then they raised $138,000 last time I looked on a GoFundMe page. If I had a GoFundMe page, I'd be lucky to get $5 on the fucking thing. So you can be pretty sure that my GoFundMe page wasn't a way to launder money to me. Like George Floyd. I said a long time ago, George Floyd ain't fucking dead. He might have been sacrificed for the cause, but I seriously doubt it. Well, last time I looked, his GoFundMe was $14 million. And his family was getting ready to sue because George is going to take that $14 million and fuck off to Haifa and have pedo coladas with fucking Epstein, the other guy who's not dead. As far as Elvis goes, he's probably dead by now if he didn't die on a toilet. Minnesota rep who describes herself as radical in her Twitter bio tweeted a fundraising link for rioters who commandeered a Minneapolis hotel. Representative Aisha Gomez, who represents Minneapolis, because you don't remember back when the Spaniards took over Mexico and California, they had that runaway lost tribe that went to Minnesota? The Antifa militants and rioters claimed that they were given permission by the owner to take over the building after they opted to flee the city and evacuate their property. So the guy said, fuck this, I'm out of here. And Antifa said, oh, we're already terroristic shitbags, why not be squatters too? Nice thing is, centralized location. I am more than sure that the government is all over that. That's what goes back to the shirt. I started wearing these shirts years ago, over a decade ago, when I got a clue. 9/11, the Patriot Act, and all that bullshit was just, it was just unpalatable for me then. Since 9/11, which is almost how long ago? I've been swimming upstream against this shit. I'm just glad to see there's more salmon following me upstream. Maybe we can have a party at the end. MSNBC host, the Reverend Al Sharpton. How the fuck he's a reverend to anything? He should be revered. Attacks President Trump at George Floyd funeral. Wickedness in high places. Yes, and nobody manipulates me nor my family. And that's how you made your bones. Fucking horrible race-baiting piece of shit. I really have issues with people that take advantage of the weak-minded, but it's over $138,000 on GoFundMe, which again, just a money laundering site like book deals for Hillary and shit. There is a great one out there, an audio clip that I cannot play for you because I am digitally retarded and do not know how. But one of the aldermen gets into it with Mayor Beeltejuice. He tells her, fuck you, when she tells him he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. It's really interesting. If I can find it, I'll put a link in the description down below. Virginia judge temporarily blocks Northam's move to take down historic Robert E. Lee statue. I have an actual issue with this, and PV is one of those fellas who's out there working to make sure that they don't desecrate our fucking history. Family's only been here for 100 years. I get no ties to the Civil War other than I came to the Union, and that's what saved America. And the whole Civil War thing is a complete issue I do not want to fucking touch. The only thing I will say is they actually should take down the statue unless they're going to put armed guards around the statue. And I don't mean this bullshit like in DC where they're not allowed to have loaded guns or any kind of weapons to protect themselves from the idiots tossing concrete and frozen piss bottles at them. Been down this road before. If you're going to throw a rock at me, that's a projectile weapon. I am going to use a projectile weapon of my own to throw my own kind of rock back at you that goes a lot faster and spreads on impact, expands. Yes, got a little hole in the nose to make sure the expansion is maximum. Mayor de Blasio kicks Jewish kids out of park at the same time he allows thousands of Black Lives Matter protesters to march in the city. You get out of the park, you're going to get the Rona, but you guys, you're fine. Those are face masks. It's okay. I remember when there were a lot of people who were very upset that anybody would dare wear a mask in public that wanted the law, and again, it's a 1A thing, so you can't. Let cities burn. Senator Kamala Harris is latest Democrat to applaud defunding the police. You people are fucking morons, but if you want to defund the police, go for it. I said in the last video, once they've already burned down the slums, and once they've already burned down the black areas, and once they've already burned down the stores, and they say, well, we want to come to the suburbs. Okay. Come on. Just do this in a timely manner. I got shit to do and there's beer to drink. Let's get this fucking over with. They're going to have a harder time marshaling the numbers they want to get the stupid people to come out to the suburbs to loot and riot because people will get shot and fucking killed out here. Just saying. I live in the city proper. I'm not even in the burbs. I'm still in the city proper. Phoenix is odd. It's got a really large footprint and it's very spread out, but Kind of a weird amalgam. I don't live in an industrial area, though, so. I think you're 100% full of shit. Mayor Lori Lightfoot berates Chicago alderman in expletive-filled rant after he calls her out for her failed riot response. That's it. I will put the link down there. Fucking hysterical. Sweden erupts. Black Lives Matter, Antifa, radical Islamists, and others riot, loot, and beat police in Gothenburg. Your own fault. Fucking moronic roundheads. Half my genetic fucking material comes from those people. Or as my mother would call them, North Sea Chinamen. The fucking roundheads don't learn, man. Really, really nice people, really giving, really just dopey as fuck. Angry Chicago woman and Farrakhan supporter goes off on armed guards protecting store from looters. What do you mean I can't undocumented shop in here? Yeah, see? You can go tell Hymietown that Hymietown's that way. Bitter Hillary goes after Trump. How could anybody with a beating heart and a working mind still support him? Because you are an evil fucking hag who would rip the beating heart from a child's chest to suck the brains out through a straw. Allegedly. I did see that one. That was pretty fucking frightening. Company hired to contact trace Americans in multiple states has CEO who falsified educational backgrounds. Well, I don't really give a fuck. The guy was smart enough to make the company, right? My problem with trace, and again, Patriot Act, suspension of your rights, the absolute pissing and shitting on the fucking Constitution so that we can join the new world order in the glorious new future. I said it before and I'll say it again. Fuck Star Trek. There is no way in hell I'd want to live in that fucking dystopian future. That's a propaganda fucking film right there. Well, series. No, everything's cool with Trump bangs green bitches. Not Trump. Kirk bangs green bitches and shit. Pass. Barrier going up around Portland, Oregon City Hall as progressive mayors, bridges, not walls, take ages poorly. That's right. Welcome to Portlandia, where progressivism is the way, and we're going to build bridges, not walls. Except around City Hall, so you fuckers don't burn it down. Now leaving the USA, militant protesters in Seattle have set up barricades and created the Capitol Hill Autonomous Zone. Surround them. Take whoever you can alive. If you can't, you can't. We got places to put them until we process them and get this shit all squared away, don't we? I'm not even a fucking authoritarian prick. I hate the fact that we have so many goddamn laws in this country. That's bullshit. Autonomous zone. You're still in America, son. I don't care what the Fruit Loops in fucking Seattle say. You've been sucking off the sippy cup of socialism for way too fucking long. Time for a wake-up call. Again, I saw the video where the fucking girl was screaming at her mom and dad because they were Republicans and she was a Black Lives Matter supporter. I had to throw her out of the fucking house. Goodbye. Bricks, hit him. You're out of here. Don't fucking come back. I catch your old lady fucking funding your lifestyle on the streets. She's going with you. The kid's never going to learn any other way. You're just a horrible, mean person. People live in a fantasy land because other people pay to allow them to live in fantasy land. I applaud Los Angeles mayor for defunding the police. Okay, do it, but I'm telling you folks, the only reason they're going after that is they are trying to collapse us economically, like we did to the Soviets, the Union of Soviet Socialist Republics, which was communism. Which socialists don't fucking understand because they live in America where they've never had to do anything and don't have a fucking clue. Look at Bernie. Didn't have a job until he was in his 40s. Leeches. Vermin. Parasites? Those are all good synonyms. The View, Colin Kaepernick deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. Well, you know what? After they gave one to fucking Obama, what's it really worth anyway? Fucking participation trophy now. Won't give one to Trump, though. As Orange man's bad. I think Trump would actually be smart enough to send it back at this point. Another genius of color, House Democrat. The fact that citizens of the U.S. Virgin Islands can't vote for president is another example of systemic racism. No, it's not. They're not a state, not citizens. Capiche? Doesn't capiche. He must be good friends with, we need to take all the soldiers off of Guam or it's going to tip over Hank Johnson? Hank Johnson, I think. Phrases about being tough on crime and the war on drugs are racial dog whistles. Okay. Well, you know what? If they're racial dog whistles, it's because at 13% of the population, you commit the majority of these issues. So it wasn't racial if you would just lift your people up out of the fucking mind-numbing plantation that you have them on, so that they wind up turning to this. Saying. Just saying. Democratic Rep. Al Green, we can't say all lives matter. Why not? Until Black Lives Matter, we can't say all lives matter. How about no lives fucking matter? 8 billion people is what we're coming up on the planet. You're 1 in 8 billion. Whole lot of zeros before they get to the one that is you. Don't give a fuck. What are we going to have left in our community? Aldermen react with panic, sorrow to unrest. That would be the guy in Chicago. He's right, 100% correct. She let him fucking do it. What are we at? 22, I want to get out of here. Manufacturing company that burned as Minneapolis protests turned violent plans to leave. They didn't protect our people. Oh shit, Sherlock. Minneapolis City Council president. We do not know what replaces police if we disband them. I do. Sharia. Or at least some fucking whitewashed version of Sharia, or blackwashed version, or multicultural washed version of Sharia. Yeah, vigilantes, folks. It's a vigilante militia, and they were terrified at the other militia that only wanted to be constitutional in this country. As many as 25,000 retailers may close down due to coronavirus overreaction. The number's way low, man. All the fucking restaurants are never going to open back up again. Jeff Bezos, Amazon happy to lose customers who oppose company support of Black Lives Matter. You're supporting a terrorist organization. Seize all his funds. Just saying. Trump, there will be no defunding of the police. Nope, make the feds pay for them and make the economy even shittier. S&P erases 2020 losses as stocks soared today. The S&P 500 on Monday erased its losses for the year, surpassing its closing level for 2019 as investors bet on a robust economic recovery from the coronavirus pandemic. So now the WHO claims asymptomatic transmission of Wuhan coronavirus is very rare. The motherfuckers need to pick a course. Otherwise, they're just fucking paddling one side of the canoe in circles. Minneapolis politician ducks question about how dismantling police would affect the victims. Well, you're going to have a lot more people with a lot more weapons. And it'll balance back out again. Police using photos online to help identify looters from Tampa protest. Yeah, I get huge issues with that. I really don't like facial recognition technology. I really don't like you being... You're supposed to be safe in your person, papers, and property. And so it's a huge Fourth Amendment violation. Coming up on 25, folks. 600 New York NYPD officers consider leaving the force. Go for it, fellas. I don't fucking blame you. That's 25, and we are out of here. Thank you for coming in and spending a little time with me as I lose my fucking mind over the stupidity that has engulfed my fucking country. From mayors and governors who say, we can't quell the rioting, it's just peaceful protests, while they're surrounded by armed fucking guards. Because you don't mean jack shit to them. Their puppet masters are the only ones that fucking matter. You, my friends, are the dirt beneath their feet. Well, if you want to be the dirt, if you want me to be the dirt beneath your feet, you're going to wind up with shit like this happening all over the fucking place. You see, I got the black one because I'm not racist. I'm eugenicist. Alrighty, folks, I will catch you on the next one. Thank you for swinging by. I appreciate you killing some time. New guys, welcome to the Looney Bin. Adios.